One of the easiest way I like to simplify things to calculate how much you need for retirement is the 25x rule. 25x rule to simplify is you take your annual expenses, how much you actually spend in a given year, multiply it by 25. Okay? So say if you spend 2,000 a month, let me pull out a calculator for you, right? You spend 2,000 a month, you times 12 months, this 1 year you spend 24,000. So your number to retire, be it early or just normal retire, is take this 24,000, your annual expenses, multiply it by 25. So your target is 600,000. Why 600,000 is because it's based on a study called the Trinity study, but I don't go into details for you. In essence, it's math, it's mathematics, it's not some crazy smart ass things. 600,000. Why 600,000? If you put it into a standard investment, let's say a dividend stock, and the dividend stock gives you an average of, let's say, 5%. Let's call it 5%. 4% is what they base on. If you take 600,000 times 0.04, 24,000, this is the amount that you spend every single year. So the premise is that the 25x of what you spend every year, 4% of that, 600,000 will give you your annual spending money. And so this is how I like to make it very simple. If you want to make it more complex, you add in a buffer. So for example, let's go back to you spend 2,000 a month. So but then of course there are fluctuations, right? Sometimes there's birthdays, sometimes there's some events, maybe even for holidays. So trim a buffer of you can buffer up to 100% if you want. I buffer up to 50%. So to be safe, a little bit of buffer for even for silly mistakes like, you know, late fees for a car rental or a book deposit, right? Whatever it is, right? And to factor in inflation. Just by factoring inflation, you're going to buffer it a minimum of 10%. Okay? So to be safe, let's buffer it 25%. So if you buffer 1.25, so 2,000 times 1.25, 25%. So you buffer it at 2,500 a month. Times 12 months, you should have 30,000 in terms of annual spending per year calculated. Instead of 24,000, we look at 30,000 in a buffer of 25%. Times 25. So instead of 600,000, right now your amount is a bit bigger. So at 750,000, what will happen is that you park your money into a certain investment, let's say based on 4%. I aim for at least 6% and above, but let's go with conservative 4% times 0.04. This is 30,000 a year. Only 30,000 if you can spend only 24,000. Therefore, you have additional 6,000 to reinvest every year. So the first year you have 750,000 plus 6,000 extra. 756,000 times 0.04. You got a bit extra the next year. Then every year you get to add on your surplus and you keep growing your base amount of 750,000 plus interest, plus interest, plus interest to just have the additional buffer. You know what I mean? And this is how I think about simplifying that retirement number. And 750,000 is actually quite smallish. Okay, depends how much you earn and how much you spend, because it's something that you can do over a period of time. It's not as though I'm going to look for 750,000 in my spare wallet all of a sudden. We're talking about amassing and investing, reinvesting, and compounding interest and amount over a period of time. You know what I mean? If I bring you to, let's say, compound interest calculator, right? Compound interest calculator, right? Over here. If you use this, right? Say you have a current principle of you save a little bit, you have 6,000, and every year you feel that you can put in another 6,000. Okay, and the interest rate is, let's say, 5%. And how many years can you do this for? Say if you're 30 years old, you can do this for 30 years. You're willing to. If you calculate this, you have 445,000. It's not bad. This is going on the premise that you're just going to put in 6,000 every year extra and not going to add in your bonus, not going to add in increments, you know, and just reinvesting simple amount. However, if let's say every year you decide, say, no, Nigel, I can commit more. I can put in maybe 9,000. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more. If you put in 9,000 a year, every single year, 30 years, interest rate of 5%, you calculate, you got 650,000. It's not that bad, actually. The magic happens at across a few numbers. The annual addition, the years to grow, and interest rate. If you have time on your side, I just show you. If you have 40 years, your number is not going to be 650,000 after 40 years. It becomes almost double. Time really makes a difference. So let's put it back to 30 years again. And then if you change the amount, you can get 7%. Number because to 950,000. So there's three amounts that you can look at. We can't control the amount of time. The earlier you start, the better it is. And you have to look for investments that give you at least 6 to 7% per year. And find a way to increase the amount of investments as much as you can. So these are the 1, 2, 3 components that you got to look at when it comes to your retirement game. So that's all I have for you today. So you take care. Remember the rule of 25x for your retirement. You need to factor in how much you can invest over a period of time, how much the percentage of return is, and how much time you can let the magic of compounding happen. Right? So hit me up. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. Okay? Take care. Bye.